Bars.
Live from the Windy C Radio studio in the shops at Iverson. This is the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WindyCRadio.com, the Windy C Radio app, Facebook Live and YouTube Live on the Windy C Radio pages, and of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between. Welcome to another edition of Bars. Right here with your man AJ Throwback, my partner Ramsey Brown in the building.
What's up?
Yes. Glad to be here with you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Always a pleasure, my brother. Always a pleasure.
Yes, indeed. We'll have a really good day. I mean, you know, we always have a good day on
all
Bars.
The time.
You know what I'm saying? But like today is definitely gonna be a good day. In the the first hour of Bars, this is one time we actually don't have two guests today. So first part we're gonna be talking about human trafficking. It's an epidemic that's been going on for a very long time.
Absolutely.
That's been affecting specifically black girls, young black women. And I wanted to pull up some audio from Egypt Sherrod that we're going to play during that segment, and we're going to talk about that because I know a lot of people, know I'm a sports fan, you know what I mean? They expecting me to talk about Colin Kaepernick probably, but we ain't going to talk about that today. I'm going to put up something special on IGTV, on YouTube, to let y'all know how I feel about that situation. But at noon, we're also going to have, coming from Virginia, Kvnlee, our second Virginia artist.
Wow.
Yeah, that we've had on the show. Yeah, it's a little hot. Oh, you know what it is? That's right. Hold on, y'all. Gotta realize can't be pointing mics right at the speaker. Our bad, y'all. But anyway, that should be a little bit better. A little bit. But yeah, so we'll work it out. We're gonna work out the sound, y'all. I have to move it a little further away. That's not so maybe that'll help. All right, so it's a little hot. Here we go. Yeah, we gonna get it worked out, y'all. But I appreciate everybody who's tuned in on. Well, it don't look like we had a Facebook Live up yet. I know we probably have YouTube Live, but appreciate everybody who is tuned in right now. And I just realized I did not put up. I usually put up a Facebook thing saying that we on, but hey, it's never too late.
Never too late.
Never too late. Hey, we on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if you're listening, tell somebody we are up and running. But yeah, like I said, 12 o'clock I will have Kvnlee on, talk to him about his multitude of projects he has. His most recent project he has is Phasing. It's an EP. I want to say it's 5 or 6 songs. I think it might be 6. But solid project. We'll be talking to him about that. He has a single that he's billing as a bonus track to that EP called I Feel You. So we're gonna be talking to him about everything he's got going on. And yeah, we're just gonna have a good time today, yo. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get to the best and the brightest of independent artists that we have in the DMV and beyond. Starting with who we got up first. Got Yanni Narelle. Shout out to Yanni Narelle. She was actually supposed to be our first guest today, but she had to end up rescheduling job situation. So she'll be on with us, I want to say May 27th at 11:15. So, she had to put it off, but she said she didn't mind waiting. So definitely wanted to still show her love anyway.
Always.
Yes, this is from her EP, Narelle Volume 1. This is Embrace. Right here on the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
mental. Fix my mental. Fix my mental. Don't you know you're beautiful in every way? I see how you embracing me. Don't you know you're beautiful in every way? I see how you embracing me. Brown skin glistening, moonwalk through the pitfalls. I was down fast slipping, wash away, feeling so gone past my limit. But no worries, but no worries. Deep down I'm gonna find my image, and the pressure made it down and out of rough. Shine so instant, misunderstood since tall and still treated like an infant. Fix my mental, fix my mental. Fix my mental, fix my mental. Fix my mental, fix my mental.
You hear this spot right here? This could be your spot where you pull your new customer. If you're a nascent or established business or entrepreneur and you believe you have the right product for our audience, then advertise with Bars. For more details on our rates, packages, and deals for first-time clients, email balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
What y'all gonna do? We'll cruise up among the stars. No matter what you do, I'll get you back up off the wall. Yes, sir. Yo, life is full of options. Switching all the time, but the quickest way from A to B is still a straight line. I ain't lying, that is science. I'm trying to explain, cause if you apply determination, you can do anything. You can put your mind to. Give me the audio code so I can find something to ride to. We're about to fly to another planet. Is magical, warps be like it's intergalactic. The way you make me feel, let's dip, cause we can fly in my starship like Han Solo by the castle mines, like Cowboy Bebop with jet and spies, like Captain Kirk on the Enterprise. We can travel far like a Dharma did in a battle star. I'm flinging haters like a catapult. You feel the heat and take it off. Like what y'all gonna do? We'll cruise up among the stars. No matter what you do, I'll get you back up off the wall. Yes, sir. Keep your windows down. Breeze hitting, you didn't know, but you know now. I'm not kidding, there ain't no stopping. BSing is not an option. I just wanna see everybody rocking. I wanna see you getting higher than a rocket. Land a spacecraft with Neil and Buzz Aldrin. She in the cockpit, cruising at an altitude up there where all the stars live. Take the TARDIS back to Gallifrey, we're the guardians of the galaxy. Like Superman and Lois Lane, go to Cybertron on the Astro train. I just want to see you do your thing. If you don't know now, then you'll learn. From the earth to the moon, influenced by Jules Verne. I'm not concerned about what y'all gonna do. We'll cruise up among the stars. No matter what you do, I'll get you back up off the wall. Yes, sir.
Packing up for another trip. If you drive by my way, really there is no rush to this. We can rock night and day.
You make me wonder where we're flying to the summer. I get in trouble sometimes. You make me wonder where we're flying to the summer.
Where we going, baby?
Ooh. I get in trouble sometimes. You make me wonder where we're flying to the summer. Like
What y'all trying to do?
Bars on Windy City Radio.
Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth. Like this, y'all. Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth.
Y'all, what you on?
Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth. Like this, y'all. Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth.
The things you were thinking.
Like Pops used to say, strap your boots, gon' be a long day. Young and on my hustle, no time to play. Praying for a chance, my dreams take me away. The world is a ghetto everywhere you go. Mom put me on the path, game started to grow. Standing on my square, no time to relax. School books on my back with a plan of attack. Streets calling my name, I had to go and get it. At the age of 14, working at Church Chicken. Now these school girls looking at me different. I'm young and ambitious, staying on a mission. Now I'm on the road, going for the gold. Let the preachers chariots wheel low. I'm from a young preacher and a beautiful girl who brought forth a holy man to the world. Yes, I'm cut.
Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth. Like this, y'all. Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth.
Y'all, what you on?
Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth. Like this, y'all. Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth.
The things you were thinking.
Yo, my path to glory is a classic story. I wasn't birthed in holy matrimony. Homeless youth destined to fall. That's how they category, cause they wish I failed. Flashbacks of a cryptic tale. Empty well, visiting loved ones at the prison cell. I broke down, I had to go to the citadel. Praying, dear God, pull me out of this living hell. I heard a voice come from the stained glass windows. That's when the pain drained and I gained ass tenfold. The art of believing, I started mastering. That's when I started succeeding. I went from nothing to a college degree and owning 2 agencies. And not a soul can ever take that away from me. The cloth I'm cut from doesn't exist anymore. It's a royal fabric with the shine of a mystic allure. If you're real to the bone marrow, the road's narrow, but you have a spirit that's pure to remain you.
Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth. Like this, y'all. Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth.
Y'all, what you on?
Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth. Like this, y'all. Yes, sir, I'm cut from a different cloth.
The things you were thinking.
Open the eye and eye and breathe the sunshine. Give praises due to the Most High. And see these wings, watch a boy fly. And feel the blessings fall from the sky. The porter boys stay on the grind. We got the keys, no more getting high. For our people, how we live life. The prodigal son can't be denied. Yes, I'm cuts.
If you're an urban contemporary indie artist, then this is your platform. Send us clean versions of your music to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Hands up if you proud to holler blue collar. Blue collar, blue collar, blue collar. 40 hours a week plus overtime for that dollar. That dollar, that dollar, that dollar. Clock in, clock out, payday, no drama. No drama, no drama, no drama. Hands up if you proud to holler blue collar. Blue collar, blue collar, blue collar.
I'm working for certain until it's time to lock the door and close the curtains. Punch the clock, part time, full time. No matter the time, as long as you grind, you know the mentality. I gotta get mine. Never let them see the sweat dripping. Keep the boss bitching. Most of my life behind the stove in somebody's kitchen. Chef coat and apron, displays of veggie trays. Multiple soups and mega entrees. Nurses, aides, and CNAs deliver food trays. Pot washers, janitors, mid-level managers, bus drivers, get us there. Everybody A-way, A-day, all day, all work, no play. Now the game we don't play. All gigs must pay. Max wage when we touch stage. Most shows is 21 and up. A few events is all age.
Hands up if you proud to holler blue collar. Blue collar, boy, yeah, blue collar, baby. 40 hours a week plus overtime for that dollar. That dollar, that dollar, crazy. holler, blue collar. Blue collar, blue collar, blue collar. I did a few years of college degree I didn't get, and I ain't met a nigga with one that can take me yet. My intellect get respect when I rock my set. So much so I'm carte blanche everywhere that I jet. Cause I roll up my sleeves to satisfy all needs, and I ain't afraid to bleed to complete the deed. I get in where I fit in, so good with my hands, perfect for directing traffic or rolling the plans. And you don't understand that I ain't never had a silver spoon, so I had to choose not to be a goon. Robbing the rich and shit, I'm out here getting mine in this dead when they rather see me dead in the ditch on some plantation, breaking my neck to satisfy their bottom line for that weekend check. But thank God I got a blue collar, survivalist scholar, so when they market crash, I ain't worried about a dollar. Hands up if you proud to holler, blue collar, blue collar, blue collar, blue collar. Come on. 40 hours a week plus overtime for that dollar. That dollar, that dollar, that dollar. Clock in, clock out, payday, no drama. No drama, no drama, no drama. Come on. Hands up if you proud to holler, blue collar.
Welcome back to the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. That was Head Rock featuring No Yeek the Grizzly Bear with Blue Collar. Shout out to Head Rock, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, rocking his gear right here. Got to show the front and the back.
Rockstar superhero.
That's right. We had a great conversation with him last week, and you can actually catch that on our YouTube channel, Balancing Act Radio Show. All 4 parts to our interview with him. Talked about a lot, man. Like, it was a great conversation. So once again, shout out to Head Rock. Before that, we had Afro Preacher featuring Niles with The Cloth. Shout out to my man Wisdom Beats. He's the one who actually sent me that track. We'll be playing another one of his tracks next week from another one of his artists. So shout out to Wisdom. Before that, we had Night Train 357 featuring Cecily with Cosmic Cruise, of course produced by Artemis, our defending arsonist of the month. We'll see if they can be the first under the new system to repeat as arsonist. And starting off the set, we had Yanni Narell with Embrace. Let's see, I feel like we may have the Facebook. Yes, we do have the Facebook Live up now. So let me see who is peeping in on the live and showing us love. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of we got a lot of comments. What's going on, Neen? Neen from Let's Be Clear. Ladies of Let's Be Clear, her and Becky, they were on last night. Had a great show last night talking about vaccinations and all types of stuff last night. Had a really good conversation. Make sure y'all tune in to them. The fellas will be on next week, Mike's Corner, 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WinDCRadio.com, and the ladies will be on the following Tuesday, so they're on every other Tuesday. They swap. Shout out to my man Calvin Williams of Lush Vibes Radio, Team Bars Faithful, Neen Team Bars Faithful. Let me see who else. Looks like that's it for right now. I appreciate y'all that's watching us right now. Neen feeling the Head Rock joint. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, it said not the weak ass check. I like it.
Absolutely.
Yes indeed. So as discussed, I actually kind of teed this up last night when I was watching Let's Be Clear. I let them know that we were gonna do something a little different. Like I said from the outset, it's very easy to have the Colin Kaepernick conversation. You know, there are a lot of opinions out there. Like I said, I'm gonna put out something on IGTV and YouTube, letting people know how I feel about it. But I wanted to talk about something that Egypt Sherrod, if y'all don't know who Egypt Sherrod is, formerly she was a radio personality on WBLS, V103 in Atlanta, WBLS in New York, for those who don't know the call letters. And also she is a host currently on Flipping Versions and Property Versions on HGTV. And so, you know, I've been following Egypt for, you know, some years, specifically because, you know, my wife, she's from the Philly area, and Egypt being from Philly, you know what I'm saying, like she's kind of like a legend there. And she's, you know, very much into real estate, but she put up a video that's been floating on the internet, and I wanted to play the audio from that video regarding human trafficking. And so, like, I don't want to quote her. I'd rather y'all hear her words directly. So here's what she had to say.
Hey guys, I just had to stop down in the middle of my day because there's something so important that I want to draw attention to. We're not hearing enough about how we, women, black women, are under attack. 75,000 women and young girls have just disappeared. And if you ask me, not enough people are talking about it. It should be all over the news, all over the radio. These are sisters, mothers, wives. Our babies are just disappearing. Sex trafficking and human organ trafficking is at an extreme high. This is not random. This is big business that we're talking about. It's intentional, and people in high places know about it. We have got to be alert. We got to be cautious, and we got to be diligent because our lives depend on it. So I want you to do what I do. I mean, I'm literally, call me crazy when I'm out with my children, but I'm always watching. You have to be. When you leave Walmart or you leave Target or you leave the supermarket, where did you park? Okay, what cars were next to you? What cars are next to you now? Are there vans next to you? Because you know what they're doing? When you go to get in your car, they're opening the side doors, jumping out, injecting these women, and they're paralyzed, and that's how they're snatching them. We've heard it from sex trafficking victims that that's exactly what happened. Out of the blue, someone grabbed them, injected them, and that's all they remember. Also, they're putting things on your front window. So now you get in, you get out your car, you go around to grab it off your front window, and that's how they're getting you, or your back window. They have these little black snip ties. They put them on your car and you're saying, what is that? Let me get out and take it off. Forget about it. Leave it. Who cares? It's material stuff. If there's something on your window, you drive home, you drive to a safe area, you go to a well-lit area where there's a lot of people, then you take it off. But do not fall for the okie doke. Your life depends on it. And I want you to make sure you send this video, send this message to every woman that you know. We've got to take care of ourselves. We got to look out for us because the media doesn't seem to care as much as they should. We're not the leading story of the day. And I think that's what these sex traffickers are counting on, that people are not valuing the lives of black women. Please send this to your child, send this to your mother, send this to your sister. Got to be diligent, and we've got to be cognizant. Pay attention, be alert. I love you.
So once again, that was Egypt Sherrod. And those were her words about the whole situation, and it's very sound advice. And it really brought to light this whole thing. I mean, because it's deeper. I think it's easy, like when we hear trafficking, especially in this day and age, we think sex trafficking. But it's a lot deeper than that. It's also, like, as we discussed before the show, it's also organ trafficking. But I did want to talk about some of the situations that have happened that aren't really getting a lot of publicity. And so, actually, I see Miss Razzle Dazzle. She tuned in. Shout out to Miss Razzle Dazzle and Daddy Razzle Dazzle down in South Carolina. And I bring her up mainly because she's in South Carolina. And one of the situations deals with a guy. He's a DJ in South Carolina. His name is Jason Roger Pope, aka DJ Kid, 42-year-old white dude. And he's been held without bond on charges of human trafficking and sex crimes. This is in Florence, South Carolina. And you're right. Yeah, party promoter, local DJ. He's been charged with 3 counts of trafficking in persons, 3 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, and 1 count each of second-degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So the book on him is that a lot of these situations, and that's how it happens a lot of times with trafficking. A lot of times people target teenage girls, young girls, or young adult women. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the most vulnerable. They're still green. They're still trying to feel their way through the world. And so there's this whole thing where, like, he had a neighbor who was saying, like, he was bringing girls in and out. All these girls that he was bringing in and out of his house were underage. They all look underage. And it's thought to... This is the crazy thing about it. He's had allegations that involve threats. that's involved sexual assault, that's involved cruelty. And there's this thought out there, because the headline, it was actually on BET, the headline was that he's thought to have trafficked almost 700. Yeah, 700, and they're all black girls. All black girls. If you go on his Facebook or you go on his social media, most of his pictures that he's with, and he's in these pictures grabbing women by the you know what, grabbing them, right, trumping them, grabbing them by the booty. He had one girl that was draped on him like she was topless. The majority of these women are black women, and he even had a post on his Facebook page, and he said, "I'm 36 with 693 bodies, all black females. What about you?" This dude is a predator, and these are the type of people that are out here. These are the type of people who are preying on our black girls, on our black women. You know, unfortunately. So that's one situation.
Right.
Then, as we discussed in the car, there's another situation where a guy, his name is Kvnlee Weaver, 23-year-old black man, charged with allegedly murdering 3 women in New Jersey and attempting to murder a 4th. And what's bad is that one of the victims was scorched in the fire. The other 2 were strangled. Now, this is the thing. He targeted young black women, quote, who turn to sex work while coping with mental health issues or homelessness. His thinking, authorities say, was that no one would notice if they disappeared. And that immediately points to the whole thing about why it was so important, why Egypt brought up the points that she brought up. Because when it comes to these conversations about human trafficking, whether you're talking sex trafficking, whether you're talking organ trafficking, whether you're talking about runaways, you know, whatever it might be, when you have these conversations, a lot of times what happens is that black women and girls fade to the back. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, like, you always hear some situation about, and you know, I hate to make it a racial issue, but it is what it is. You always hear some situation about some white girl in Colorado, you know what I'm saying, or Idaho, whatever, that had disappeared, or who's being trafficked, or who's sexually assaulted, or whatever it might be. But when it comes to our women, our girls, the coverage is just not there. You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. They just come up missing. You know, you had a situation a couple years ago where there was an epidemic in this area, in this very area, where in the month of March in 2017, you had 10 disappearances in the Baltimore, D.C. area alone. You know what I'm saying? Within less than a 2-week span. You know, in fact, it was one girl, as we discussed, highly functional autistic girl. Only, I want to say she was 16 at the time. She went missing for 6 days. And, you know, her parents, like, they're scrambling around like, what in the world is going on? Come to find out, she was communicating with some people online. She ended up down in D.C. The next thing you know, she was in Laurel. And she almost got lured into the world of sex trafficking. This, I mean, you know, like, it's not to say that somebody autistic doesn't know what's going on, but it's how they process information. You know, that's going to be different than the normal functioning person. You know what I'm saying? And they try to take advantage of her. And in a lot of these situations, going back to the Kvnlee Weaver situation, he took advantage of girls who were sex workers who had mental health issues. All of his victims, a lot of them were dealing with depression. A lot of them were dealing with things that happened to them in their youth. Because a lot of these women, they weren't all teenage girls. In fact, the one girl, Sarah Butler, who, that's how they found out, like, the interactions between her and the Kvnlee Weaver was through this site. It's called Tag, and it's a controversial social networking app that's been linked to sex crimes and criticized for taking a lax approach to child pornography. Yeah, like this is the site that they were communicating on, and this is what made me upset about the situation, because what the attorneys for Wheeler Weaver, how they tried to spin it, they said they kind of played a game of victim blaming. They said the victims put themselves in vulnerable positions, and while that may be so, the bottom line is, even if it was a thing where, like, okay, you trying to get sex work or whatever, and there's a point that I want you to kind of bring up, like putting a pin in the whole sex work thing, because I want us to kind of talk about that. Okay. The thing is, okay, yeah, they put themselves in vulnerable positions, but at the same time, why is the onus on the victim?
Right.
Why should all the onus be on the victim instead of the person who sought to kill them, who preyed upon them? Yeah. Now, granted, it's alleged, and his lawyers are arguing that he was very cooperative in all of the situations in terms of being transparent. But at the same time, it's like he's attached to all 4 of these situations. And Stephen A. Smith always say, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it sure as hell ain't a mongoose.
Right. Absolutely.
So I do believe in innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely. But at the same time, there's a smoking gun there. There's a smoking gun. So that's that situation again. What was happening here in the DMV with girls disappearing, and sometimes it'd be runaway situations. It wasn't always sex trafficking. Right. Sometimes it was organ trafficking. Sometimes it was just human trafficking. Sometimes it was just girls running away from home. Mm-hmm. And that's why Mayor Bowser and also Chanel Dickerson, who is, I'm not sure if she's still in a position, but she was the division commander of MPD Youth and Family Services at the time. They were more diligent in trying to get at the root of these problems, whereas you saw the FBI, they failed to engage in a lot of these cases. They were like, nah, we ain't touching it. But of course, because it's involving black girls, it's involving black resources. Right, exactly.
It's a resource game.
Right, yeah, exactly. There's always, and MPD does the same thing. That's what they'll say. Like, we don't want to invest the resources until we know. But that time that you spend playing the resource game, that could be the difference between life and death.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but really, it brings to light like a lot of issues with this whole situation. Something we were talking about in the car. And I want you to talk about the cultural separation that you were talking about.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, what I gather from a lot of the situations is, again, I don't agree with the victim blaming. That is a cop out. But at the same time, we created a culture with mass media and with people wanted to be accepted in society. So it's like especially with the runaways, the disconnect between the parents and the children. Again, I don't want to be victim blaming, but they are definitely predators. And if we as parents would be a lot more vocal and understanding that our children are also human beings, and we can't shelter them from life, because if the more you try to shelter them, the more you have runaways, because they're going to go to find out themselves. Mm-hmm. Some people, a lot of the sex work that happens and why sex trafficking has become a lot bigger is one, economical. Mm-hmm. The thing with going out and having sex work, a lot of times it's to feed themselves, to have shelter, and again, the predators know this. This is why they lurk. They know that a lot of people depress, especially to point out black young women, young adults, and especially children, because the children are the most vulnerable.
Right.
but we have to foster a connection with our children to give them the tools and equip them so that they to at least lessen the mass amount of the kidnapping of our youth. And as my brother said, it's not just for sex trafficking. It's another thing that's very much not talked about is organ trafficking.
Right.
I don't want to get far off of our topic of sex trafficking, but I definitely would want to.
It's about human trafficking. So I definitely want you to talk about that. Yeah.
And they don't. And it's as he said, human trafficking. It's the whole part of the human.
Right.
For sex and for the organs and anything else they can get.
Right.
And organ trafficking is definitely something bigger because it's not just live bodies. A lot of I don't want to seem like a conspiracy theorist, but a lot of us are coming up missing through death because they want our organs. And the quickest way to get organs is to have murders.
Right.
So that's another part of the trafficking game. So the disconnect with our youth and our adults, and especially with the our women. Also part of it is the separation of the man and the female. We've opened up the culture to separate us, and with that separation, it creates vulnerability. And while the woman doesn't look to the man a lot of times now for protection, so now they're out here alone, which plays right into the predators. The predators like, oh, okay, well it's a whole lot easier. Well, no one's going to come to the rescue. No one's going to say anything. And one of the points he said about the guy in the jersey, no, who's going to miss them?
Right.
Nobody's going to miss them.
Right.
What's the movie where they were getting bums off the street? They were hunting them.
Oh, I know what you're talking. I can't think of the name of that movie right now. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's the same type thing what goes in with our youth, especially our runaways.
Yeah.
It's a horrible culture that we have that we do have such rampant runaways.
Yeah.
Again, I still believe it's a lot of issues with economics. And again, that's why the predators like it, because they know someone's starving. They know someone, like you said, they catch them at Walmart because those are where the most dim-lidded. A lot of people go alone for whatever reason, and those are easily targeted places.
Right.
And again, they're playing on the vulnerability of the separation of the black man and the black woman. So it's easy to them.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the guy's not around, because if the guy's around, then maybe I would have to contend with him.
Right.
But because she's alone, or with other black babies, sometimes they get them in droves. If a mother might have her daughter, and now I got a 2-for-1 special.
Right.
So now they don't just have one black woman. Now they got the woman and the child.
Right.
So now they get more money.
Yeah.
So again, it's a slippery slope. It's disgusting on the predators.
Yes.
But I did talk earlier to my brother about there is also a push for decrim for sex work. The reason why we was just having that discussion is it to me, just like we were saying about the marijuana, it kind of would take some of the allure away from trafficking if our women were protected more, even with the law, because then it wouldn't be in such black marketing, because that's with the crux of the sex trade and the organ trade is black market. So if like they're doing with the marijuana, they're trying to eliminate, now they call it the gray market. But yes, because it's gray area.
Right.
So it would definitely be easier. Like I said, most people might not agree with decriminalization, but to me, it does relieve some of the clandestine rendezvous that happen with people for they get on, like you said, websites expecting something, and then they're putting themselves in sex trafficking situations.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's a very slippery slope, and it's definitely one that's definitely need to be put in the forefront and talked about more.
Right.
Especially for our young black women.
Indeed. So yeah, I'm wholeheartedly agree with that. So please protect your girls, protect your women. If nobody else is going to do it, we got to do it. We have to be the first line of defense. And I mean black men. We have to be the first line of defense for our young black girls, whether we talking our wives, whether we talking our daughters, our nieces, our goddaughters, or just a young black girl that you just know. You could be mentored.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And for the women too. You know what I'm saying? Like, protect these girls. We need to constantly be feeding them with positivity and letting them know, like, we are a village and we're here to protect you. You know what I'm saying? We have to get to that point.
The women are the continuation of a culture.
That's right.
Without the women, you they say proverbial death. You don't protect the women because they're the ones that nurture and birth. They say birth the nation.
That's it.
So let's protect our birth.
That's right. Amen, bro. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get back to some music, and I believe our special guest may be at the door, so it's a perfect opportunity to take a break. This is Star and DJ Crazy Bizarro with Weak on the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
You'll never make it. Come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, no way you'll never make it. Come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak, no way you'll never
no
make
weakness.
It.
You don't compare, can't compete. Blazer of the trail, no L's. I play for keeps, this elitist. Top of the food chain, no secret critiquing. Thoroughbred done one, the breedness, Miss Peaches. S65 with the beaches. Find me in a cipher filled with master teachers. In my stride, don't count me out early. This a marathon, I'm running it, Shirley. Vanity 6, spit sex, shooter, Annie up. Uncanny plus, mic gripped in the cobra clutch. 8 ain't enough, it's a fine line, don't get touched. You ain't tough, soft like beatbox and buff, just a cream puff. Ill-equipped to match this queen stuff. Can only dream of sweet things you never seen. Love the punchline, I'm always on mine sublime. Get smacked with DVDs and with my grind time. Barbarella, hella, sucker free Stella, Bella, hip hop camp to Coachella, tell a friend.
Come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak, no way you'll never make it. Come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak, no way you'll never make it.
Extra prolific, a soul of mischief, ain't nothing casual. The build-up is the best part, destroy him gradual. Clapping black bastards, rocking fly fabrics. Everything she does is magic, never haphazard. Thought out and planned it, expanding your bandwidth. Hand to hand flipping, I ain't have to chop one brick. Straight to your liver like corn liquor. Now your family sit and shiver. This is stand and deliver. Rising Phoenix, leave my burdens at the river. Give her a life type, fellas call her wife, right? Most wanna crown me the queen, only entertain kings like the county. My ancestors surround me with bounty. Get it poppin' like Juve on the Parkway. On net like this, the Barclays. From the home of the Barcades, Bill Street and pyramids. Best of the best, naga, point blank period. Styles, I got the myriad, you serious?
Come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, no way you'll never make it. Come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak, no way you'll never make it.
Serving Serving them on a platter. Number crunch the data. The dope is antimatter. Me verse whack, you're the ladder. Trash like 2 hefties. Oh my god, like 2 Beckys. Dry as the desert, this a 12-pack of those Eckies. Bless me. Burn enemies in FG. 24K don't test me like Fort Knox is heavy. Heavy. Brand new, grand groove. Hat bag and the damn shoes. Gotta coordinate. Thick thighs, intellect coordinate. Mansa Musa flow. Spitzy 3PO. Golden goddess on point like a molten obelisk. The hottest, it's in my jeans. I got it honest. Exotic phonics. Absorbing you like onyx. Demolish the garbage. I'm locked in and bonded. Molotov it. Firebomb in your fortress. A sorceress in tune with them higher forces. Serpents get charmed it. Tinosaurs. Ish. Roar is roar. Get ring the alarm quick. Who wanted it?
Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak, but no way you'll never make it. Come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak, no way you'll never make it. Come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak-ish, I break kids. Kids come with the weak, but no way you'll never make it. Come with the weak-ish, I break kids.
Salute kings and queens. This your man Villadom, aka Mr. Briefcase. And y'all now rocking with my man AJ Throwback on bars. The official hump day motivation for the DMV and beyond. Only on WinDC Radio. Power.
Yeah, where the time go, man? Seemed like just yesterday I was playing freeze tag. It's crazy. Yeah. At times I reflect on the past and wonder where the time went, cause it moves so fast. We was kids, it's like we never aged, but things changed. Man, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. Back when we were kids and we played, but things changed. Man, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. Back when we were kids and we played, but things changed. Man, those were the days. Me, I'm just a product of the 90s. So as a kid, a playground or arcade is where you would find me. Never really got in trouble much. Summertime, I was out hooping while the girls were playing double dutch. Either that or catch a movie. Always liked girls, but at times I really thought they had the cooties. Plus the fun didn't stop. I ate so much chicken as a kid, that's probably why I caught chicken pox. Didn't start nothing, but I sure finished it. And always got away cause I was too young and innocent. Those are times that I would live again. Man, what I wouldn't do just to go back and be a kid again. At times I reflect on the past and wonder where the time went, cause it moves so fast. When we was kids, it's like we never aged, but things changed. Man, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. Back when we were kids and we played, but things changed. Man, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. Back when we were kids and we played, but things changed. Man, those were the days. Frosted Flakes, Captain Crunch, that's what I often made for cereal I had for lunch. I can see the life cycle spinning. I can see the boys turning to men. Michael Bivins, this is what I say is all facts. Rugrats, Keenan and Kel, all that. The living room was where the family gathered. Fresh Prince Martin, a family matters. I remember those days still. No cares in the world, I didn't have to pay bills. Those are times that I would live again. Man, what I wouldn't do just to go back and be a kid again. At times I reflect on the past and wonder where the time went, cause it moves so fast. When we was kids, it's like we never aged, but things changed. Man, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. Back when we were kids and we played, but things changed. Man, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. I still remember, those were the days. Back when we were kids and we played, but things changed. Man, those were the days.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah, that was A Law with Those Were the Days. And before that, we had Star featuring, or actually Star and DJ Crazy Bazaar with week-ish. Shout out to everybody who's watching on Facebook Live. I wanted to read a couple of the comments before we move on to the next quick segment. Neen from Let's Be Clear, she said, I'm definitely watching the cards next to me based on receiving Egypt's post. I will admit I wasn't paying attention. It's easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very easy to get caught up in your normal way of doing things and not realizing you have people all around that's just on some nonsense, you know? Yeah. So, also, Calvin Williams, he said that was a happy topic, and I appreciate the way you approached it, and I appreciate the fact that you tackled it. Frighteningly enlightening for me. Awareness of this issue will go such a long way for us as a people. Agreed, brother. Agree. Absolutely. And shout out to everybody who checked in on Facebook Live. Young Blood, seeing you checked in, brother. Derek Jones, my man Derek Jones. Make sure if y'all are not tuned in, plugged in with Card Logic, he has two different things. He actually has Logic AM, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Which is on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and I believe Periscope as well. And he also has the main Card Logic, which comes on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. And you can find all his information at MrCardLogic.com. We had him on earlier this year. Dope brother right there. Always supportive. So shout out to Derek Jones. Shout out to my sis Jean. And shout out to my other sis Jen. Checked in. Appreciate you. Robert, I seen you checked in as well. So yeah, with all the check-ins, let's get to this segment real quick.
It tastes just like it smells. Delicious.
Right before you take that long-awaited break and get your grub on, come and get a hefty helping of life and laughter, courtesy of stories about our beloved Team Bars El Capitan. It's time for Luncheon with the Misses, only on Bars.
Yeah. So, like I said, I wanted to make this real quick, but my wife, she makes me feel good because she gives me props every now and then. I mean, she gives me props all the time. I can't say every now and then, but she gives me props a lot for being a good husband. Sometimes, I question like whether I'm really that good. A lot of times I'm like, I'm alright. But I appreciate when she speaks life into me.
Very important.
Yeah, absolutely. So she actually went to West Palm Beach this past weekend to help out a friend. Her friend's mom had just come out of surgery. And so, it was going to be something that was going to be kind of tedious on her friend because her friend got to work and, do all types of stuff. And her mom would be home by herself during the day. And so, my wife, she went down, she flew down, was there, I think she went down was a Saturday and came back yesterday, but she was down there and she was really helpful and everything because, for those of y'all who been following the show, she's a CNA, certified nurse's assistant. And so, like, that's just the line that she comes from. Her mom was in that field, her grandmother retired from that field. Her grandmother's funny because she'll still go to the hospital and act like, she run the place. It's funny, but and my wife, she kind of does the same thing, but she comes from a family of caretakers, and so like for her to be able to go down, she's like, I appreciate she letting me go down because some people's husbands, they've been like, you ain't going to West Palm Beach. Like, look, I'm not everybody. I mean, you're going to help a friend, right? It's not like you going down there like, ain't like you taking the Miami trip, with your girls or nothing like that.
Hot girl summer.
Right, hot girl summer.
Even though it's over,
right?
It's cuffing season.
Right, exactly. Good point, brother. Good point. But it's like, I know what you're going down there to do. And it's like, there aren't too many people in this world that I trust more than my wife. If I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really trust her after all that we've been through, all I put her through. You know what I'm saying? There's very few people I trust in this world more than my wife. And so it's like, I wasn't even worried about that. It's like, look, I know what you're going out there to do. So, please do. But the fact that, like, she was willing to go down there and help out a friend like that in need, when her mom's in need, like, it speaks a lot to her character, and I'm honestly proud to say that's the woman I married. So
absolutely.
That was my way of showing love to the missus today. And like I said, real quick, to the point, but I always gotta show the missus some love on the show. But yeah, so our special guest is at the door, so let's go ahead and get into our fish grease pick of the week real quick, and we'll be back with Kvnlee. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and do this right here.
If somebody tell you he hot, man, you know everybody hot now, man. He fish grease.
That's how we feel about this track right here. This is the fish grease pick of the week, only on Bars, on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media. More topics, more segments, more music means more bars after this.
Win DC Radio brings to you the app. Yes, the app is now available on your Google Play and your App Store, on your iPhone or your Android, any of your pads that you might be using, be it if it's an iPad, iPad mini, or if you have a Samsung Note, it doesn't matter what you have, any mobile device, you can get the app so you can listen where you're at to Win DC Radio.
I don't really need a D, I need the hold up back, need a KC.
Hey, this is China Pink from the 2018 award-winning Best Radio Talk Show of the Year. Make sure you tune into the Ladies of the China Pink Talk Show each and every Sunday on Win DC Radio from 5 to 7. Make sure you check us out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live to hear our amazing show. We are also available for hosting events or parties. Please contact the China Think Show at AOL.com for booking information. I'll catch you next Sunday at 5.
Hi, I'm Lisa Dove Washington. And I'm Andrea Riley. And we are your hosts for Girls Gabbing Radio Show. Tune in to Girls Gabbing Radio Show every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. on Win DC, powered by Go Win Media. Girls Gabbing wants to provide a platform for dreams, visions, and stories to thrive and grow. What's the gab? Tune in on Sundays to find out.
Foreplay the Orgasm Show. I am your host, Hot Toddy, along with the Turn Up team, Miss Lolly and Showtime. Foreplay the Orgasm Show is each and every Tuesday night from 8 to 10, bringing you the sexy slow jams with very adult interactive conversation, only on Win DC Radio.
Man, look, y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy, Gerard Street Garvey, and my DJ, Kid Cannon. And when we together, you know what it is. Grind Season Radio, each and every Wednesday from 8 to 10 on Win DC Radio. Don't forget it. Yeah.
We hope you didn't go too far. It's time for the second hour of the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. Welcome back. Hour number 2. Bars. AJ Throwback.
Ramsey.
Yes.
In the building.
Got a special guest in the building.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Kvnlee in the building.
That's right. And before we intro him properly, bar style, definitely want to shout out our Fish Grease Pick of the Week, Cecily with Clumsy, from her EP Awakening Part 1. Shout out our man, Malik, Fire Archer.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not only did he play bass on that, he was also a co-writer. So, and
doing
all
big
over
things.
the album, actually.
Doing big things.
That's right. So, and also shout out everybody who is watching Facebook Live. Christine, I see you. Christine Haynes family. They'll be here in May, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. But for now, let's get into this.
Whether they're artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, politicians, activists, or simply folks you need to know, we've got the line to the movers and shakers of DC, Maryland, Virginia, and beyond. This is 15 minutes of game on the Balancing Act Radio Show.
Yes. As he introduced himself, we have none other than hailing Northern Virginia, Herndon Reston area.
Yes, sir.
Kvnlee.
Yes, sir. What's up? Thank you for having me, man. It feels good.
Yeah, appreciate you being here.
Yeah, it's dope.
Hey, and I'm always glad when we have younger.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we get a lot of people that's like in our age bracket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when we have somebody that's like generation, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even say necessarily a whole generation, but definitely this with a torch. This is part of the torch passing.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's definitely taking that torch and running with it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying my best, man.
Yeah.
Out here working.
So the young old soul.
Young old soul. Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of like gave that nickname to myself for real. I don't know. I was like right in a bar and like just ever since I was growing up, I always had appreciation for like people that's older than me and the generations beforehand. And so everywhere I go, whether I'm like singing Motown or something like that, people always say, "Oh, you got a old soul."
Yeah.
So I kind of just young old soul. So that's kind of like my nickname.
Yeah. Speaking of the, funny. I don't know whether or not I'm pronouncing the word right.
Yeah.
Some people say homage. Some people say homage.
Homage.
But either way,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like I'm glad that we're talking about that because before we get to your beginning, to that whole thing about the young old soul.
Yeah.
On track.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Like you got some instrumentals on that. You got,
yes, sir.
I Got It Made.
I got
Led.
exactly.
You got
Yeah.
Ice Cube.
Ice
You know
Cube.
how we do.
Exactly. Yeah.
You got Jadakiss. We gonna make it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you rapping over some heavy hitters. Right
Yeah.
there. Some legends right there.
Yeah. Thanks.
So what was it about them in terms of like those particular songs? Why you wanted to rap over?
Got you. Well, so that was actually the first of many one-track mixtapes. But the concept about that one was I wanted to showcase that, like, one, I wanted to pay homage to, the people that was before me. And so we started off with the 80s, like you said, with the I Got It Made. And so I just kind of wanted to choose, like, one song every, like, 5 to 10 years that were, like, big hitters or that, like, people really recognize. And I wanted to showcase my abilities over them. And so that's why we start there, and then we get to the early 2000s with Jadakiss, and then like the last track, for those who are unfamiliar with it, that's the Duppy freestyle that Drake dropped 2018.
That's right.
Yeah, with that whole Pusha T, beef going on. So yeah.
I really appreciated the fact that it was kind of like a time travel.
Yeah, exactly. That was the first one. It just wanted to showcase like kind of when hip hop was in its early stage to now. And so, like I said, there's going to be plenty more one-track mixtapes, but that was the first one, like you said, kind of like going back in time and then bringing it to now. Yeah.
So who influenced your style?
So growing up, straight up, my manager, even like within my family, my pops always played like Pac and Outkast. So I would always like since a young age was focused on not just more so the dope beats, but actually like what the artists were saying. And so, like, Pac, Outkast, Big, Nas, and even today, for like, Kendrick, Cole, Wale, I just like concept-based where it's like, people that's thinking outside themselves and, like, had something to say, pretty much. So, yeah.
What's funny that some of the people that you mentioned, Pac, I believe you mentioned Cass, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I hear that in your style.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs that you rapping,
right.
Like, man, that's kind of like that's like an early cast flow right there.
Yeah.
Like because their style kind of progressed over time.
Exactly.
But then but those early days you heard that rawness.
Exactly. Right.
And I could hear
like that bite. Yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Messages you had on?
I don't want to cut you because I want to delve into the young old soul. That's that's what part I want to get.
All right. Yeah.
So like as far as in music, well you were already explaining it. So I'm just really trying to get that's a nice play.
Yeah.
On bringing who you are.
Right.
And I like the concept.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So, I don't know how to, really get into it. The fact that I just want to hear more.
Yeah, got you. So, once again, like, so with that being said, since a young age, if I'm always listening to stuff that's like putting me on the game and stuff like that, I want to also make sure that, pretty much my whole lifestyle is like that. Actions speak louder than words. And my dad
growing up was our football coach, and that's how I met some of my closest homies to this day. You know, shout out to the SK crew. You know, those are my homies since like day one. But pretty much, so back to the young Oso, it's like, it's kind of like a mentality for me, you know. So yeah, it's like with the music, and it's like, yeah, he knows the older music, and you know, he kind of spitting like how they did, but in his own way. And yeah, he's about substance, but it's also like living with that mindset, you know. I consider myself a guy who practices what he preach. I apply manners. I always give respect, and I also demand it. But it's also about like giving love, and so I really like that nickname Young Oso, because I think in a world that's like, especially with my peers, I'm not saying it's everybody, but you know, it's not nothing new that it's like as time is passing, the generations and the age gap and like this whole like generational beef is kind of getting out of hand. So I just wanted to like, pretty much what I'm doing is like, I'm repping that like, yeah, there's still real ones out here that like carry themselves a certain way that has the code. And that's what it's about, really. Young Oso equals code, and that's what I feel like I embody.
Absolutely, that's what I just want to hear, because I that kind of peaked. I said, oh, Young Oso. Let's see how old the soul is in this young.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes,
that's
sir.
I like that. I definitely do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Big ups.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And that's important because, you know, I believe in every generation having their own voice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, taking some of the things from the previous generation,
right?
Keeping certain traditions alive while still infusing your own voice into your own youth, because you have a voice, and how you see the world and how you interact with the world, how just all the ways in which like you process information, process what's going on in the current climate is going to be different than we did in our particular generation.
Facts.
It's going to be different. So like, but at the same time, still keeping certain things, I don't want to keep saying tradition.
Yeah,
you know what
but
I'm saying?
it's more so tradition. Honestly, though, it kind of is important, because like that's why history, you know, whether you like it or not, but history is important. You know, history repeats itself. So when y'all talk about like, you know, the passing of the torch, and it's like, yeah, obviously, you know, as the newer generations come up, they're gonna do things in their own way. It actually is important that there is like a passing in the torch, and that certain things get passed down. And like, so one of the things I'm always telling my homies, or like if I'm just in conversation, is like, you know, the whole thing about gems and like, you know, life tools and stuff is that, you know, you can either learn from people that has gone through it, that's passing wisdom, and so you can either take that knowledge and you can apply it to your life now, so therefore, you know, you don't have to experience that pain and or all that other stuff, or you can just act like all nonchalant and like, I don't need to hear that, and then like 20-30 years go by, then you finally get that, but you're like, dang, like somebody was just telling me this, and I could and I could have, you know, saved so much time. I could have been elsewhere in my life. So yeah, I think that it is important.
Absolutely. No, I always say stop trying to recreate the
you
know, just improve on it. Don't recreate it, improve on it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Ask for spokes. You know, do something, you know, just don't necessarily trash it, because you will end up creating a round object all over again.
Right, yeah.
It's still got to roll.
Exactly.
Still got to roll.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, yeah, everybody gonna make mistakes, and you're gonna be like, dang, I did forget that somebody told me this, that I shouldn't have done that, or to help me get through it. You know, we're gonna make mistakes, but it's just about like keeping that in your mind, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like as long as you do that, then, you know, you'll be all right. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you about the live performance, like specifically, some of the people you opened up for. Once upon a time, you opened up for CL Smooth.
Yeah. Shout out to my home team, K Beta. He was able to put me on, and I appreciate him. Yeah, I appreciate him for that, because that was real dope. I was able to open up for CL Smooth. I did my latest song, I Feel You, and honestly, for real, that's my favorite song yet that I put out. Just as far as I feel like beat selection, the content in it, but then just like how the music carries itself. I'm just like, yeah, I say that song speaks for itself. But yeah, like live performance, I love performing live. Like ever since I was growing up, I used to dance in like the whether it's at the school function or at like the RTC festival or Herndon festival or whatever. Like if there's music, I'm dancing. Like so growing up, before even the rapping and singing or whatever, like I was just a dancer. I used to study Michael videos. I mean, I used to get it in. Like I'm for real. Yeah, I got videos on YouTube, and it's like that's what people know me for. It's like Kevin, like entertainer. So honestly, like yeah. Even to this day, when I step on stage, there's always like some butterflies and I'm like nervous and stuff. But once I settle in and I get to a groove, it's like, it's nothing.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is when you're a performer. Like, it's I feel like if you're on stage and the butterflies go away, or that little bit of nervousness goes away, like, is it still even in you?
Right.
You're like I feel like everybody, I don't care how high you've gotten up or how that you still haven't reached that level, right? I don't care what level you want. I feel like you always have that moment because it's just that excitement, passion, it's building up, that it's like I'm about to kill it,
right? So sometimes like you said, it's not even the nerves, it's just that where it's like, man, you so amped and you find yourself shaking or whatever, but like you said, as the show goes on, you're able to calm down and stuff like that. But I love it, man.
You kind of got a dancer persona. That's
like I mean, I tell you what, man, Michael Jackson and Chris Brown, like since day one, I was studying both of them heavy.
I got to dig that. I mean, what's funny is that it's funny, and I don't necessarily consider him like a world beater of a lyricist like that, but I think about Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri, that's what he started off.
That's true.
So he was dancing for Beanie back in the day. And but then he eventually progressed in production. Eventually progressed into becoming an artist. I think every artist somehow, some way starts off in one form of art. And trend. Right, exactly.
Tupac.
Exactly.
Facts.
You got a lot of people that'll say Tupac is a better actor than he was a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some people do argue that. I don't think we're gonna argue that right here, but
right. I'm like, I don't know about that. But he did act very well.
I mean,
and like
hey, Bishop, that's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Heavy.
And I mean, he's played some great roles since then. But the overarching point is like, I think a lot of people they'll start off doing one thing, and they progress into another thing, but somehow tie the origins of the one thing that they were really good at and bring it into what they do right now.
Facts. I agree.
Yeah, and that's important. Like for you, coming up with a dancer, history. And like now, like you're into rap. Like I'm sure you always into rap.
Facts.
But still, like bringing that into your live performance, like it translates over.
Yes, sir. Really like you said, it ties in. I once again, like, so I always study, so growing up, I used to play quarterback, and that's where I feel like I got my work ethic from, for real, because me being quarterback, there was times I hit the field, I had nobody to throw to, so I set my cones up, I still do my dropbacks, and I just throw the ball. After throwing like 3 footballs, I go run, chase him, go back, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's dope that I was able to like convert that type of energy, and then put it into something that I love to do, which is writing and creating and being an artist, for real. And so I channel that type of energy and that work ethic into my craft, and
I would call it more of an entertainer, and I don't like saying entertainer like a jigaboo, but more of, because it's more multifaceted than just being a rapper.
Right, and that's why for real, I like to use the term artist, because I feel that some people can rap well, but I feel like the whole thing about an artist is that, one, you are portraying an image and you have a voice. And so obviously there's different artists out there, they have their own lane and they got something to say. But that's why I call myself an artist and not a rapper, because I have a vision for myself, and I have a voice and stuff that I want to speak on. So by doing so, I rap doing that, but it's an art. It's an art form.
Absolutely. I love that answer. Really do. Really do.
let's break down some of these bars.
Yeah.
You know, that you're known for.
Yeah.
So I wanted to start off with your introduction.
The introduction, yeah.
So my favorite song,
Giving Treasure, yeah.
I love that
Yeah, I
song
love.
right there.
Yeah.
You said I take my girls on dates, my mama, my sister, girl. Give them piece of heaven and multiply more. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay. All right.
Yeah, fact.
You know, and it ties into something you said earlier, talking about being respectful.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's good that, like, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Look how God works. Because
Yeah, yes, sir.
We start off today's conversation talking about protecting our women.
Wow.
Speaking life into our black women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's important.
And you know, you like that line
Yeah.
right there. Like, talk about giving treasure, why that's important for you, and expand on your mindset in terms of how you treat.
Gotcha.
Especially in this era where like you just hear so much like tearing down.
Facts. And so, like, off the gate, I tell you straight up, I'm cut different. So with that being said, I have the most highest respect for women. Growing up, you know, my mother, I got 2 sisters, even living with my grandmother, like, you know, I'm just known for, like, women's always been in my life. So with that being said, you know, after hearing stories and, you know, just seeing how the world portrays them and such, it's, 1, not right, and 2, like, I want to make sure that any women in my life, you know, 2 of my best friends, Jazzy and Shawana, like, you know, I've always had women in my life, so therefore I gotta let them know that they're loved and they're appreciated. So with Giving Treasure, that was just like a song where it's like, it's kind of like about them, and I wanted to let them know that, although you may have had past relationships where, like, you know, a homie did you dirty, or, like, you know, just in this life in general, you know, what you go through, that there's still real people out there that care about you and that got your back type thing. And so I honestly love Giving Treasure, and that's a really dope song, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean that's one of many gems in the introduction.
Yeah, thank you.
That one jumped out, and then the sample in it too.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I definitely was feeling that.
Yeah, facts.
So I love hearing people just respect.
Period. Right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? But specifically women, you know, because look at hip hop.
Yeah.
The history of hip hop, unfortunately, is very misogynist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you hear like, especially young, like, respect, it's like you really have to. It's like somebody was in your ear telling you different.
Yeah.
You know, somebody was in your ear telling you like, let's talk about our women a little bit better.
Yes, sir.
What often is the case, and not to say that it's just like complete and total disrespect all across the board in hip hop.
Right.
Unfortunately, what's trotted out.
Right. Exactly.
It's not always, it's not always in the best light of. So like, to hear a song like Giving Treasure, it really is a treasure.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, you know, like I said, I got 2 sisters. My little sis, she plays basketball in college and all that. And, you know, just even like growing up, you know, my homies, we'd hit the court, and, you know, she'd be on the side doing layups, and we like, nah, come over here and ball with us. And they would like, and I appreciate all my older homies who like, you know, let her feel welcome to, you know, like, play with us. And I'll tell you what, my sister a whole bucket and a half. Like, people can talk all you want on like females not being able to ball. Like, my sister will cross you up and then like hit a J, like, straight up. Like, she nice.
Never to see a woman I've seen.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now you see it crossing up.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah. So,
yeah. There's no such. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. Another song, actually the title track, most recent.
Facing. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite songs on that.
Yeah.
I wanted to pull because this was sounded very personal.
Yeah.
The opening lines where you say, a young brother never cared enough. His older bros numbed his heart. They was playing too much, projecting all his thoughts and shooting down his dreams. Never seeing college and playing on a team.
Yeah.
He turned cold like water in an ice tray. Over time, he froze to seeing good days. Now in school acting up, teachers got upset, saw the light get dim and tried to redirect.
Yeah.
So your mentality at that time, like how around about how old were you? Like when you were going through all of this, and like, what was the moment where you said, okay, let's go in a different direction?
Right. So honestly, like I said, Phasing is a concept EP about perspective, and like within that song, I think in Phasing, the second verse is more so about me. That first verse I'm like interfusing like some of the things I went through, but also some of my homies.
Okay.
And like just the things I've seen. And so like going forward, like back again, like when we talk about art, it's about portraying images, and like that's why music is great, because it's relatable. So with that first verse, and like just about Phasing itself, from the chorus to both verses, it's just pretty much saying like no matter what you're going through, and even though life can get very rough at times, if you maintain a positive perspective, not only will that help you grow, but you can help others. And so like Phasing, that whole EP is dear to my heart, because like that's my first EP, but I definitely put a lot of myself into that. Yeah.
Definitely. Very mature, like the things you're talking about.
Yeah,
very much like retrospect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Really introspect.
Yeah.
You know, taking those experiences and really kind of making them your own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because you have that close bond with your homie.
Yeah.
Even though all the stories might not necessarily be your stories,
Right.
it's like you're taking on. It's almost like you're taking on their burden,
Yeah.
putting it on your shoulders.
Right.
Like, let me express this.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Facts. And I think that's the power and the beauty of music. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, whether they're mine or, like you said, my homies, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, people gonna be able to feel it, and you can like pass gems and like tell people what you've gone through, and people gonna be able to relate and be like, dang, I'm not alone, and going through whatever I'm going through, there's people that's feeling how I'm feeling, and at the end of the day, you can and you will get through it. Yeah.
And then the last song that I want to bring, actually, latest single.
I feel you.
Which you actually build it as a bonus track.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So you said, and this part jumped out to me where you said, I went the standard route, trying to bring the bread home.
Yeah.
My dad always working, so I man up when he's gone. Sometimes looking back, he really made me mad. Now I'm older, I'm just thankful that I had a dad.
Right.
Now is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's me. Yeah.
Okay. So talk about.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
So talk about that, because I think it's very easy. A lot of times, like some people, they don't grow up with their dad around.
Right.
Or their dad is kind of like right, but they're intermittently around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or they're hard at work.
Yeah.
Right. You know, and a lot of times
they're there, but they're not.
Right. You know, so sometimes it is hard for us, you know, as kids growing up to understand that, like, when our parents are on the grind, they're doing it for our good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want you to, you know, break down those lines as it pertains to you and your experience, and and connect it also with your homies, because you was like you were saying before, like they called him Coach.
Yeah.
You know
Facts. So for starters, you know, I love my pops and I appreciate them. And like you said, as I've grown up, I've realized that, you know, when I was younger, I thought it was something different, but when life hits you and, you know, as you grow up, you realize, oh, he was really doing this for us. And I'm like, so my dad, you know, he had his father in his life, but he passed away, so I never got to meet my grandfather. So it was mainly just him, his little brother, and my grandmother. So with that being said, you know, my father, like, I'm the oldest of four, and, you know, he never really had, like, that figure in his life, so therefore it's very new to him. And sometimes I felt that as if I was a little too hard on him, and let's say as far as expectations and like stuff like that. But as I realized, I just appreciate the effort and the fact that he does love me and my siblings and my mother and stuff like that. And so even like with the whole football thing, like I said, like some of my closest homies, we met playing ankle biters football. My dad was the coach, and literally throughout our whole life, like 10 plus years, my dad was always the coach, and we built that bond. And like you said, unfortunately, you know, in our community, sometimes a father's not there for whatever reasons. And so I feel like it was mad dope. And the fact that my dad has such a big heart, and like he accepted like my brothers as if they were his own, you know what I'm saying? So it's always deeper than what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just thankful that, like I said, like that I have a dad and that he was so arms welcome to the community, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, got faith.
Yeah.
What's up next?
So right now I'm in the works. On the top of the new year, I plan on dropping a single. Following that, I'm gonna do a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? But right now I'm just in this phase where I'm grinding. Yeah, I'm a man of many trades. I'm a college student as well.
Okay.
I work part-time. So yeah, I'm pretty busy. But on the top of the new year, I plan on applying pressure again.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you in school?
Social justice and human rights.
Okay.
So, like I said, even with the writing, I feel like, you know, journalism is kind of my thing, because I want my voice to be heard, my thoughts. And yeah, you know, not everybody's going to always agree with me or see what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, it's still an opinion. And I feel like we living in a world that, like, people are so quick to judge, or nobody ever says anything, so nothing gets handled. So, you know, as long as, you know, you got your voice and you stand by it, you know, you're helping to get a solution to whatever.
Well, that's an interesting thing, because just sitting and listening to you, so I don't know if it's a good question. Well,
yeah.
You want journalism.
Yeah.
So what do you think you'll have a better reach to your audience through your music, or through which is of course involves writing,
right? Yeah.
Or through writing,
yeah,
journalists like.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, schools honestly is just the backup plan. So with that being said, I always told myself, like for you know, college students, we go through it's a lot of work. But I always told myself I just wanted a degree. So school, you know, I do plan on graduating with a degree, and that's like journalism is my backup plan. But you know, even like one of my favorite professors, like he told me straight up, like your papers, like, you know, you have a voice and it's different. And he even wanted to keep one of my essays to use as like a you know, to show his future students, you know what I'm saying? So I just think there's a particular like beauty and power that is in writing. So no matter, you know, where my life goes, I want to incorporate what I love, and that's to write, and that's for my voice to be heard.
Absolutely.
But my main focus is music. Yeah.
Like I said, I hope it wasn't too much of a. You know,
No, it's all good. No, I tell people all the time.
Yeah,
yeah,
you know, Blast Master Careless one.
Yeah.
that's me one of my top guys.
Yeah.
His thing is definitely I don't want to say journalism per se, but it's his voice.
Yeah.
And he's been the voice.
Right.
And not only through music, but through books, through forums, and things like that. So only reason I ask, because it's like I like the passion, and sometimes people misconstrue and mess up your message.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like nowadays, you know, Killer Mike, David Banner, all these guys who are known more through their music, they're now standing more on, I don't want to say political, but they're actually doing journalistic reporting.
Right.
Through now, instead of using written, they're using the social media platform.
Right.
So, I think you answered when you said you more focused on music.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious.
Yeah, and best believe, like, so I've always said since day one, even though I love music and I'm choosing this as my career path, and like it's not just my career path, my path. I've always said it's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap, you know. And so like those artists that you mentioned, and like, you know, what I feel like even what Cap's doing, like with the NFL, it's your platform.
Right.
And so I want the platform.
Right.
And once again, I want to be able to touch on things in our community, help others and stuff like that. So yeah, I can do that within the music, and it's like I can drop gems and I can do this and that, but then it also can get bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always say I'm big picture minded. It's the vision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Diversify your profile. You don't want to just limit yourself to being able to do one thing.
Right.
You know
Right. Right.
I look at it all the time. I tell anybody. In fact, I had a conversation with somebody on the set of a video. We were talking about how if you're talented at more than one thing, and those things help your platform and to elevate your message, whatever it is, do them all. If you can do them all,
do them all.
If
Yeah,
it's journalism, if it's music, you know what I'm saying? If it's dance,
and facts, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, best believe, I'm trying to get back to it with my dance moves and all that. I'm gonna definitely get back to trying to dance more, because that's just like, whether it's a hobby, it's just a hobby of mine. Like, I love to dance. So
you gotta do a balls on the road just to get you to dance.
Yeah, but like you said, man, everybody has multiple gifts, and it's just honestly about finding them. And then, like you said, once you find them, just use them in life. Don't let them go to waste. You know, everybody was given a special talent for a reason, and it's all about just using them and living your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let everybody know where they can find you, and where they can connect with you on social media.
Got you. So once again, that's Kvnlee, KVNLEE, one word. Whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all of those sites are going to be KVNLEE24. It's all the same. So you can just search that up. My main one I use is Instagram. So, if you hear me today on Win DC Radio, bars on air, you know what I'm saying? Please get at me, shout me out, hit me, show love, and I'll definitely follow back, show love back. But yeah, I'm on all those sites. And then as far as streaming sites, just searching Kvnlee, KVNLEE, one word.
So you got your
oh yeah.
You got some more for us?
Yeah. We got some for y'all, most definitely.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we like stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, cool. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man. It's been mad dope.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Absolutely. Appreciate you coming through. Gotta shout out One Shot Mike.
Yeah, shout out One Shot Mike. Yeah, shout out One Shot Mike, my manager. Shout out One Shot Enterprise, you know what I'm saying? Shout out all my boys, SK, we in the building. Shout out the whole DMV, man. Everybody keep on grinding. It's Wednesday, we midway through the week. But keep on putting positive energy out. Love one another. And I feel like, to be honest, it's crazy because, like, some people like to call that, like, cheesy or whatever. But it's like, nah, like, we got to enjoy one another's presence, because no day is guaranteed.
Absolutely.
And so, like I said, back to phasing the whole positive mindset, it's just like, every day that you wake up, it's a blessing in itself just to open your eyelids every morning. So just go out, get yours, and just push out that positive love energy out, because best believe that will be returned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, it's your boy Kvnlee.
Yes.
Bars on air. Yeah.
Thank you.
He got 2 flyers and 1 wristband. I got 2 wristbands and 1 flyer.
Hey,
it's split 3-3.
Hey, yeah. Right.
That's the thing. We gotta shout. She's not in the shop right now. But we gotta shout Melanie in the building.
Yeah, Miss Melanie in the building. What's good?
But thank you once again.
Yeah,
and,
it's a pleasure.
Let you introduce your latest thing.
All right, cool. Yeah, so once again, it's your boy Kvnlee, bars on air, Win DC Radio. This song right here is called I Feel You, and I hope y'all enjoy.
Yes, official Hump Day motivation for DMV and beyond. Bars.
To all my peoples who got harmed by this rigged system, from lack of fathers or drugs and harsh living conditions. I know there's more than meets the eye in your hurt inside. Can't figure out the reason is screaming, Lord, why? Your closest ones can be the fakest, so it's hard to trust. Some people vicious and they use you for the things they want. I'm bear witness to your struggles, this ain't nothing new. In different shoes, same game, so I feel you. I never pushed weight on the block, but I thought about it. Living in droughts was rough, and so I sat on it. Until my pops one day played Spodiote, and Big Boy told me about the trap, glad he showed me. I went the standard route, trying to bring the bread home. My dad always working, so I man up when he's gone. Sometimes looking back, he really made me mad. Now I'm older, I'm just thankful that it has a dad. Till this day, since a youngin', everybody calls my pops coach. Bigger than the game, we all listen to the things he spoke. Life lessons carried on, that gave my spark to be a better man and live every day with your heart. I've shed tears through my struggles and with all my brothers. The rest town, H-town, we all love each other. We lost beautiful souls, we hope you rest in peace. Praying for my victim to the streets. To all my peoples who got harmed by this rigged system, from lack of fathers to drugs and harsh living conditions. I know there's more than meets the eye and your hurt inside. Can't figure out the reason and screaming, Lord, why? Your closest ones can be the fakest, so it's hard to trust. Some people vicious and they use you for the things they want. I'm bear witness to your struggles, this ain't nothing new. In different shoes, same game, so I feel you. With certain people, blood couldn't make us any closer. Some people fake, and that's cool, but I need some closure. When my brothers are up, I hold them in the sky. Low times are hard, so that's when I have to boost their pride. I almost cried when I first heard all my stories. The pain spewed out when they talk, reaching territories that were suppressed in their hearts because of all the pain. Hella trauma like yay, but you say he's insane. One of my brothers going through the same thing. The demons in his head make him feel that he's to blame for all his misfortunes and why he couldn't find a home. Now he's far away, going through this all alone. The domino effect has shattered our community, and everything is linked, so we need to come in unity and fight problems together instead of on your own. I realize the bigger picture, now I'm grown. To all my peoples who got harmed by this rigged system, from lack of fathers to drugs and harsh living conditions. I know there's more than meets the eye and your hurt inside. Can't figure out the reason and screaming, Lord, why? Your closest ones can be the fakest, so it's hard to trust. Some people vicious and they use you for the things they want. I'm bear witness to your struggles, this ain't nothing new. In different shoes, same game, so I feel you.
Giving you the full spectrum with our topics, segments, guests, and of course, the best indie music in the DMV and beyond. This is the Balancing Act Radio Show, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Fresh as hell, I got my name, title, respect. Never been never put myself in debt to living into actions that I know is not myself. Kept my true persona in the longest filled with wealth. Reputation, just our cred, all y'all crave the same. Everyone ain't built to sing or bang, I really need a change. To earn your self-respect, you must keep check within yourself. People love that genuine, that system so played out. Skinny with heart, I make the giants tremble. Catching people stare amazed, I'm on a different level. Like number 6 when he drops at 61. This I spit is heat, coward grab the gun. Cats be so afraid when I step into their presence. A prince who coming up in royalty, more like the essence. Rap phenoms, OGs, going Hall of Fame. I know I'm next in line, so just witness what I'm saying. Level-headed kid, mama taught me words like humble. Staying true to self makes the others fear and crumble. I've always learned quick, cause I got that. Make her say a couple times and young get live for bad treats. Been skipping class and water up in the hallways. I'm getting paid writing my rhymes, doing my own thing. I'm setting trends of that should have been around. Originality return, I know I have the crown. So that's what it is, man. Your persona is who you are. Damn, that boy Kev right there spin that talk. It's not what you see on Instagram or Twitter, some shit like that. Nah, it's staying true to self and what you believe in. Alright, respect. If you do that, you got my respect and you should have yours. What anybody else gotta say. What anybody else gotta say, man. I'ma do me. So check it. Alright, cool. What's up? The fake whack posing has got to end. I'm tired of seeing trapping disrespect our men. Been fighting through the struggle, but somehow we made it worse. Immaturity has raised a killing, throwing to the hurt. I'm a conscious thinker on my moves, the base of chest. That's how we young and barely sips, avoiding mayhem mess. I seen too many youngins die all across the daily news. Often have to ask myself, is this what we've been coming to? Head curl, cool as it's me against the world. Machiavelli's prodigy, on the verge to breaking stir. Let my words sink like soaking pots on Sunday night. I know my lyrics good, a soulful taste, I cooked it right. Love or hate me, all I know I resonate with real. People love to drop my sweat, but too hot it made me chill. Never met someone like me, hidden gem from DMV, persona ill. Genuine feel, wisdom, sick, the true appeal. Fresh as hell, I got my name, title, respect. Never been Never put myself in debt to living into actions that I know is not myself. Kept my true persona in the longest filled with wealth. Reputation just a credit, all y'all crave the same. Everyone ain't built to sing or bang, y'all really need to change. To earn your self-respect, you must keep check within yourself. People are that genuine, that system so played out. Hey, word, man. That Kvnlee talking that talk, dog. You keep on doing you. I'm a follower, dog. You convince me. I'ma just do me what anybody else gotta say. You know, cause at the end of the day, it's just gonna be you. Critics gonna be critics, but you gotta live your life. Walk your walk. Word up.
Organizing any type of event to benefit the people in your neighborhood? Then submit it for the bar's community calendar. Send all important information, including point of contact, to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
John Dami made the beat and I'm gon' kill it.
Said I DJ Chopper like I see you, boy.
To show out, ain't nothing less. Gotta live each day as if it were the best. Gotta be the sun and shine daily. Be sure of yourself, no ifs and maybes. Humble as ever, I still like to stunt. Success is way better than putting on the front. It's authentic, no GMO. Like the stars, just GLO, just glow. A go-getter from the start, hustling every hour even when it turns dark. You gotta see what you can't see. Sure enough, after time, others will believe. I'm creating my lane, my shit is not the same. A blend of generations intertwined in my brain. A young old soul like Michael from the Jackson 5. Looked in the mirror and then I started singing I love myself like to pimp a butterfly. A change in my eyes occurred, I realized you can have the world at your fingertips. The world designed by your thoughts and that's really it. Settle down those words when you get the time. Your life will change for the better cause you start to shine. Phasing for the better cause I took the steps. Now I'm dropping gems, how to find your true flex. I show up to show out, ain't nothing less. Gotta live each day as if it were the best. Gotta be the sun and shine daily. Be sure of yourself, no ifs and maybes. Humble as ever, I still like to stunt. Success is way better than putting on the front. It's authentic, no GMO. Like the stars, just GLO, just glow. Color of my skin bears weight. The world hates to see me shine and live divine. Still standing, fighting hate with love. Praying for my strength for the Lord above. Lot of my kin never got degrees. They didn't teach us but the Europeans. It's his story, but I never learned my own. Said I was from Africa, but did not learn about my home. The roots run deep in my blood. There's more to me than some shackles. We ain't get no love. I'm here searching for a purpose, because the world only says that I'm worthless. Took our leaders, political and entertainers. My peers now are zombie no-brainers. Until I found an artist my age, Kvnlee. He's real life and his music resonates with me. I show up to show out, ain't nothing less. Gotta live each day as if it were the best. Gotta be the sun and shine daily. Be sure of yourself, no ifs and maybes. Humble as ever, I still like to stunt. Success is way better than putting on the front. It's authentic, no GMO. Like the stars, just GLO, just glow. Too many people are concerned about how others view them and fake it like they have it good when they don't. It's I the struggle, that's what makes us human. Cop all the designer you want, that don't make you successful. We gotta build each other up, believe in one another, and most importantly, believe in ourselves. Once you do that, then you'll truly find the flex. Phasing. There's that last part.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. That was a nice block from Kvnlee with True Flex. Before that, we had Persona, and starting off the set, we had his latest single with I Feel You. Man, making some good music, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, we a little hot, a little on the hot. Nico, if you can hear me, we a little hot in here again. But yeah, so definitely want to make sure that before we close out, of course, we got to make sure we shout out our birthday folks out there. Scorpio season wrapping up. Anthony Kavanaugh, shout out to him, and also Mel, another Mel I know, celebrating birthdays today. So happy birthday to y'all.
My aunt's birthday is today.
Okay.
Sister's birthday is tomorrow.
Right. See, I wanted you to say that one.
My brother's birthday is DJ RBI.
Shout out DJ RBI.
Is the 25th.
Oh wow, how about what's the November babies?
My uncle's birthday is also November 25th.
Wow. Okay.
I should have brought the whole list because I got a list.
Yeah, I know you do.
My cousin's birthday was just the 17th.
Okay.
Doc Claiborne.
Okay.
Her birthday came to her birthday. We missed last 10th. That was my aunt Donna and my cousin Ryan.
Okay.
Everybody, like you said, I should know.
November babies, man.
You already gave a shout out to.
I just want to shout out my pops. His birthday next week.
Okay, all right. Shout out pops.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, in November.
That's right. That's right.
It's a lot of Scorpio /
Sagittarius. Yeah, Sagittarius season about to begin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Sagittarius is out there. Also tomorrow, one of my this woman took care of me when I was in college. Like, she always had care packages for me. Always just showed love. Lillian Collins works at Hobart Williamson Colleges with the alumni. She's celebrating her birthday tomorrow, and also my cousin through marriage, Maurice. Shout out to them. My man Jason from Schooled Out Walls celebrating a birthday on Friday. Vicky celebrating a birthday on the 24th. Nikki, Shireen, Trina celebrating birthdays on the 25th. And my cousin, I sometimes when it comes to in-laws, like navigating through all that, you know what I'm saying, knowing who's who, you know what I'm saying, but he family, Taj, and then my Aunt Gloria celebrating birthdays on the 26th. So happy birthday to all the Scorpios and the Sagittarius is out there. Who you miss?
That's my god sister's birthday, the 23rd.
Okay.
And she's expecting, so.
Oh wow.
Another soon too. So.
Right. Okay.
There might be another Scorpio here. Sagittarius.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah.
So more life on the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, I wish I'd brought the list.
It's all good.
I'll get it next time.
Yeah.
I'm slipping on my pen.
Oh man. So let's go ahead and get into this right here. Hold on. Make sure it's because sometimes this thing does what it wants to do. But let's get into this right here.
Let's see what's happening on the Bars community calendar.
All right, so we got a lot of events coming up this Friday, and I'm not able to host it because of my schedule, but you know, I wish I could, but it's gonna be a good show right here. So Brooklyn Concrete Management will be doing R&B Nostalgia Volume 9, the DC Takeover, Friday, November 22nd. Doors open at 7 p.m. Shows from 7:30 to 10:30 at Tropicalia, 2001 14th Street Northwest in DC. Headliners featuring Alex Vaughn, and we had her on in September, Shemaine. She's a veteran here at Win DC. She's always here, so shout out to Shemaine. Also featuring Crystal Rose, Brooklyn, and Prophet Don. Cost is $15 in advance, more at the door. For more information, please visit eventbrite.com and search R&B Nostalgia. You should be able to find it that way. So shout out to April Stanford. You know, I always look out for her, make sure she, you know, gets promo for her events. Let me tell y'all, it is a concert. If you've never been to an R&B Nostalgia, please treat yourself. It's always a great show, always. On Saturday, November 23rd, 3 to 8 p.m., That's a Plug and Gladiators of Success will be having their 2009 Thanksgiving Summit at the Mount Rainier Artist Loft, 3311 Rhode Island Avenue in Mount Rainier. They'll be doing a turkey drive. Their goal is 500 turkeys. They reached 100 in 2017, 180 last year. So their goal is 500 this year. They will have pop-up vendors, food, and panel discussion featuring Nicole Parker Green, Tony Lewis Jr., Malik Jarrett of EAT, and Ward 8 Councilmember Trayon White. The cost is absolutely free. For more info, visit eventbrite.com and search 2019 Thanksgiving Summit. Explore Career Options, Prince George's County will be holding their holiday gala hosted by nephew Tommy. Friday, December 6th, exclusive meet and greet from 7 to 8 p.m. General admission 8 to 10 p.m. at Camelot by Martin's, Maryland Room, 13901 Central Avenue, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. It's a joint fundraising event to support the work of EcoPGC and Nephew Tommy's Miles of Giving Foundation. Hors d'oeuvres will be on deck, cash bar, networking, music, and entertainment featuring performances by Duke Ellington dance student Sierra Hines, 2019 PGC Youth Poet Laureate Majan Creedle, and singer-songwriter musician who we've prominently featured right here on Bars, Ramsey Haynes. Cost is $75 for general admission, $750 for a table of 10, $100 exclusive VIP meet and greet, $1,000 premier reserve table for 10. For more info, please visit ecopgc.eventbrite.com. And finally, Arteza LLC will be holding their holiday show 2019, billed as Mademoiselle, on Sunday, December 22nd, 2019, 6 p.m. Meet and greet. Main event starts at 7 p.m. at the National Golf Club, 300 St. Andrews Drive, Fort Washington, Maryland. Hosted by Sylvia Traymore Morrison and Chris Thomas, featuring special performances by Noir, who we've also had on the show, violinist Bliss Arnada, fashion show produced by Ron Cook, and refreshments and VIP shopping. For more info, visit www.razzledaz, that's RAZZLEDAZ.com. We are actually going to be trying to do a Bars on the Road with Noir and his mom, Miss Javita Banks. So shout out to them. We're going to be setting something up soon to talk to them and leading up to that event, so please stay tuned for that. And let's close out with this right here.
Words of wisdom to get you through the rest of your week. These are the bars for life.
So the bars for life this week. This is from somebody that I've been following for years. She's a veteran educator, social political activist, and motivational speaker in New Orleans, Rubia Garcia. She put up a post where she says, "Peace is the consequence of coming to terms with life as it is and not as we wish it could have been." And that's very powerful, because it's very easy for us to get caught up in the fact that, oh, I wish life would have gone this way, or I wish life would have gone that way. But true peace is saying, this is where I'm at right now, but there's room for me to go even higher. You know, like, I'm good with me right now, but I can be even better than I am right now. And it's really just knowing that it's like, this is where you are. Like, I mean, there's certain things that I wish would have happened when I was younger, but they didn't happen when I was younger. They're happening literally right now. And I have more perspective. I have more knowledge and wisdom than I would have if I'd have tried to pursue these things when I was, say, 20 or 25. You know, it's happening when it's happening, but it's okay, and I'm at peace with that. And that's, you know, for everybody that's watching out there, that's really the message. You know, be at peace with where you are right now, but without settling. Exactly, being complacent, you know. So that's your bars for life for this week. So, you know, appreciate everybody who tuned in, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, on the WinDC Radio app, on WinDCRadio.com. Later today, make sure y'all stay tuned. DMV Culture Club from 6 to 8 p.m. Grind Season Radio from 8 to 10 p.m. WinDCRadio.com, the WinDC Radio app, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media. Once again, shout out to our special guest. Thank you once again, Kvnlee.
Thank you.
One Shot Mike. Melanie. Keeping it real low key, you know what I'm saying? But an integral part of what's going on today. My co-host Ramsey, and I'm glad I said that. I'm glad I gotta turn the music down on this one. I gotta turn the music down on this one real quick, cause hold on, I gotta make sure I got the right controls. Yes. So those of y'all who've been watching Bars for a long time know I've been looking for a co-host for a very long time, and you know, I was giving Ramsey his I don't want to say hazing. but you know, like, just, you know, testing them out, seeing how it would go, and I can officially say Ramsey Brown, co-host of the Balancing Act Radio Show. So my brother, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to Bars.
Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So y'all be prepared. There's gonna be some changes in the sounds y'all hear. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna just be me anymore. It's gonna be me and my man Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, like, me and Ramsey go way back. 27 years, yes. Man. 28 years actually. Yeah, long time. Yes. Yes, man. We've known each other for a very long time. I respected this brother for a long time, so you know.
So when you think about it, like, oh yeah, it's
it's been a brick.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yes, indeed. So you know, I want to officially welcome you to the Bars family, my brother.
Thank you,
know,
sir.
about to do great things together.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So you know, welcome y'all. You know, show them love, y'all. You know, on all the social media. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take some pictures, so we got some pictures together.
Yes,
you know?
Indeed.
So I'll go ahead and close out the show with some good music, of course. Some indie music. This is
He did a shout out.
Oh yes, please. If you got any shout outs you want to give.
I just wanted to thank y'all again. It's your boy Kvnlee on Bars on Air. Go Win Media. Shout out my crew, man. SK, we in the building. Shout out to K Beta, the home team, and shout out all my peoples back home, Northern VA. It's Kvnlee.
Absolutely, that's right.
I got this. Words, Beats, and Life.
Got a huge shout out to Words, Beats, and Life, man.
DJ RBI.
Yes.
Kid Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Zach.
Yeah, they just got a legion, man. They got a legion.
Halleck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And everybody else affiliated.
Yes. Like just preserving the culture, man. You know, that's what it's about. You know, and like making this thing like worldwide. You know, I mean, it's already worldwide.
Oh, yeah,
you know, but like really just pushing the culture. Exactly, highlighting it. You know, the best and the brightest. You know, like we have here today with us.
Yes, absolutely. How they say, hidden gems, diamonds in the rough, bro. Diamonds in the rough.
There it is.
You got to find somebody to fish them out for us.
That's right. Yeah. So next week we will have one of my brothers, fellow brothers of sound, Naeem Bricks. He'll be here talking about his latest album, Culture, and we're also going to have a album breakdown next week as well. The homie T. Witz, he just put out an album called Rapper Man, so we'll be dissecting that album. You know, I gotta make sure I get you that, brother, so you can dissect it with me.
Yes.
But you know, make sure y'all tune in next week. Official Hump Day Motivation, DMV Beyond, 11 to 1 every Wednesday. Unless it's the 5th, unless it's an extra Wednesday in the month and we not here. we gotta take off when we gotta take off, but we will be here next week. So please make sure y'all stay tuned. Team Bars, we love and appreciate every last one of y'all for supporting us, for sharing, for promoting, for pushing everything that y'all do. We're nothing without y'all. So with that said, let's wrap it up. Heather Elaine, carry on. Official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. Y'all have a great week, great weekend, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.
At a loss for certain words, can't describe how I feel. Unbelievable, man, this can't be real. Ever lost someone you love, then you know how I feel. it make a difference if I could have known. And like the sun, can't stop it shine. I can't reverse the hands of time. So I keep looking out the window. Let the rain dry my tears and carry taking out my best friend. Shared our secret, shared our pain, shared our love, shared everything. And now I'm crying till I cry myself to sleep. It's so hard without your company with me. Just like the sun, can't stop it shine. I can't reverse the hands of time. I keep looking out the window, let the rain dry my tears and carry on. I carry on. Bloodway, baby, travel with grace, going somewhere, knowing that you did all you could down here. You gave it all. I never looked up under the cards that was on the table. The table. I don't know if it make a difference if I could have known. Like the sun, can't stop it shine. I can't reverse the hands of time. So I keep looking out the window. Let the rain dry my tears and carry on. I carry on. Yeah. I keep looking out the window. Let the rain dry my tears and carry on. I carry
Bars, 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 bars.
That's it.
I did it. Mommy did it.